Jack Jean Girard and his family have made a difference in Sequoia by changing the ability of people to appreciate what's there.
Oh my goodness.
They've improved some of the busiest trails in the park for everyone to use.
It's very beautiful. There's a lot of animals, bears, deers, and it's really fun.
Has the trail been a pretty nice trail to you?
Yes.
In the Kings Canyon area, Jack's great contribution has been to open up accessibility.
Well, I can't invite you to a hike through the mountains, but I can invite you to come on this universal access trail that I can go on.
And it makes me feel especially good that I've been able to donate to this sort of cause.
My message to Jack and his family would be a thank you, but it's not just a thank you from me. It's a thank you from tens of thousands of park visitors. It's a thank you for all who love national parks.
Oh, that's magnificent Kings Canyon down below, bounded by its sheer granite walls. It's one of the most spectacular natural wonders anywhere in the world. And now more of us than ever before are getting a chance to see and be inspired by its natural wonders intimately and easily, thanks to the generosity of some extraordinary people.
It's a grand and glorious place. This is a place John Muir said was a rival to the Yosemite, and if John Muir said it, you got to believe it's true.
Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Parks grace the southern Sierra Nevada in California, with the highest mountains in the lower 48 states. A spectacular and immense alpine wilderness, crystal clear and free-flowing rivers and streams, the largest trees on the face of the earth, and a deep glacier-carved canyon that closely resembles famed Yosemite Valley, without the crowds.
The scenery is outstanding. I mean, it's got to be one of the more beautiful parks in the United States, if not the world. It's simply outstanding. I love it every time I go up there.
Jack Jean Girard and his family have been relishing the sights and the sounds of nature in Sequoia and Kings Canyon for a long time.
Well, I love the giant sequoia redwoods. I can sit in front of those things for hours on end and enjoy just looking at them. They're so huge. And I also enjoy walking the trails and looking at the overall beauty of the park. You know, it's absolutely gorgeous, any trail you take.
Jack and his family have been so moved by their own experiences on trails in Sequoia and Kings Canyon that they want everyone, as much as possible, to have the opportunities they've had to get close to and be touched by nature, no matter how young or old or physically mobile they might be. The Jean Girards chose to give this great gift of access to nature by financially supporting dramatic improvements to significant trails in these national parks. Jack's been giving back to his nation and to all of us his entire adult life, serving as an Air Force combat pilot and officer in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Now in retirement, he and his family continue to give time and time again, donating in recent years more than $500,000 to the Sequoia Parks Foundation to fund the work of National Park Service trails teams to enhance environmentally sustainable public access to streams and meadows, the great redwoods, and the high country of the Sierra Nevada.
So thanks to Jack Jean Girard and his family, we've been able to move forward on several different trails maintenance projects and a whole different array of things. We had resource protection, universal access, key destinations for park visitors, and enjoyment of the national parks for a whole lot of people in the front country in a way that we would not have been able to do without his support.
Well, of course, it makes me feel wonderful because I know I'm helping other people to see the parks and trails that they may not have had an opportunity to see had we not made a donation to the park to fix them up.
Every summer, tens of thousands of people of all ages, races, and ethnicities escape the stressful rigors of their complicated and fast-paced urban lives and discover the simple and slow-motion pleasures of nature and relax time with their families and friends on comfortable trails Jack and his family have helped make possible.
What do you like best about it?
I like seeing the water and climbing all the rocks.
The first trail that Gene Gerard's financial support helped improve is the popular Tokopah Falls Trail in Sequoia National Park. It leads to the base of impressive sheets of nearly vertical granite, where pure water from high above feeds a pristine mountain stream. The Tokopah Trail, once rough and rutted, now rises smoothly and gradually near the trailhead. Steps newly carved carefully into rocks reduce erosion and make passage for casual hikers and families with young children much easier than before, encouraging them to explore and start new traditions of adventures in Sequoia and continue old ones.
I grew up camping here with my family, so I love taking my kids here, and we usually get a chance to see some good wildlife on this trail, so that's fun too.
In Kings Canyon National Park, amidst the world's largest grove of giant sequoias Jack loves so much, the National Park Service Trails team created a well-engineered new stream crossing on an important loop trail, preserving water quality and vulnerable stream banks, permitting visitors now to see the redwoods up close without harming a restored and thriving natural environment. Above Kings Canyon itself, the National Park Service built urgently needed protections for the heavily used Bubbs Creek Trail. The steep trail switches back and forth on sandy slopes that can slide and sweep away unreinforced retaining walls, closing the trail to all traffic, sometimes for days on end.
Well, this is one of many challenging switchbacks that David Karplus and his team constructed to secure and to safeguard the Bubbs Creek Trail here, which rockets skyward out of Kings Canyon and is the main access route for people and livestock into the park's legendary high country. Well, all of these essential switchbacks were made possible by the support of Jack Gene Gerard and his family's foundation.
These carefully constructed rock walls should now withstand the sliding sands of time and the relentless forces of gravity, and keep the trail open to thousands of users summer after summer and for years to come. Jack himself took a horseback ride up the switchbacks to admire the handiwork his donation made possible and savor sensational vistas in all directions that others will also long enjoy. Meanwhile, down below on the floor of Kings Canyon, people of all ages and from all over frolic on a hot summer's day in the bracing currents of the South Fork of the Kings River, near a rock where John Muir once gave campfire talks. Until the Gene Gerards got involved, the short trail leading to the rock and the river was a mess and nearly impassable to all but the most agile visitors. Now, a gentle trail guides everyone safely to the water's edge, including Gail Williams, who must get there by wheelchair, and now can easily, to enjoy the view and watch his granddaughter dangle her toes in the wild and scenic river.
It's a whole new world getting down here. I've never been able to get this far. And this angle of Muir Rock is amazing.
Gail Williams has had a passion for these parks since the early 1950s, when he came every summer as a Boy Scout to hike the high country. Then, in 1956, the day before his 18th birthday, Gail was severely injured in a car accident and has been confined to a wheelchair ever since. But he never lost his love for nature, and for the first time in decades, he can now get close to it, near Muir Rock. And he can also roll across the river nearby, ride through a shaded forest, and along a beautiful boardwalk to reach the soft splendors of Zumwalt Meadow, on another universally accessible trail that Gail, his family and friends, and the Gene Gerards have funded together, and that Gail and his companions have literally helped the Park Service build and maintain every summer for the past 5 years.
This trail is really great. It allows me to get out into the mountains that I have loved for so many years. and get to an area in the meadow that I could have never gotten to. And I couldn't have even seen it except from the parking lot. It just gives me a real satisfaction that we've done something significant, not only for me and my grandkids, but for generations to come.
Jack Gene Gerard and his family have been joined by Gail Williams and those closest to him to give significant gifts to our parks and to all of us. They encourage us to join them in contributing whatever we can afford, financially and as volunteers, to provide access to nature here for everyone and for all time. And there's plenty of work left to do. Right here, for example.
Down here. And this is the primary overlook for the Kings Canyon backcountry that you can get out of the front country.
The Park Service's David Karplus takes me up a short but steep trail. He hopes to ease the grade here so that absolutely everyone can someday have the chance to see this breathtaking, panoramic view of the High Sierra wilderness of Kings Canyon and Sequoia. By following the visionary and generous lead of Jack Gene Gerard and his family, we can all ensure that this vista and many others in these parks will inspire all of those who wish to come from near and far, now and in the decades ahead.
Giving to the park enables everyone in the United States and the world, for that matter, to see what these beautiful parks look like. And that's the reason I like to give to the parks, because it gives a bigger view to a vast number of people. And that's what I'm looking to do.
In his own way, Jack is making this huge commitment that supports so many good things in so many ways and sets a model for us all. And in that way, it's not only a thank you, but it's also a challenge received, I think, for the rest of us.